happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dub. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Holy moly, what a week. This week has been nuts. I've had on NFL Network, ESPN, wherever I could find to get hits with all the free agency on TV. I've sort of ignored everything else on TV. Like I watched my first basketball game last night. I watched Duke take out UVA.
Oh yeah, I did watch that.
But I haven't watched a lot of tournaments, but I've been just reading and watching and seeing NFL free agency during this week. But have you had fun with all this, or is your head still spinning through this whole week of NFL people?
I feel like this is one of the wilder ones, right? But I feel like we say that every year about
Every
like this was
yeah.
this is the best draft ever or the worst draft ever, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of action going on. I feel like teams are they're more like Wild West. I feel like they're gaining that kind of momentum, like taking more risks than they have in the past.
Yeah, and I mean we're gonna jump into it. We're getting to this week is our free agency show. Nothing cute, nothing fancy. I'm gonna go through positions. We'll pop up some guys. I have over here on my other screen the list of what they signed for. We're gonna look at some stupid contracts, some stupid signings, some confusing signings, and see how we think they affect the fantasy world. But we're gonna start with the world of trades before we start the guys that sign. David Montgomery came like right after we recorded last week. David Montgomery was traded to the Houston Texans for Juice Scruggs, a 2026 fourth round pick, and a 2027 seventh round pick. So now and they cut Joe Mixon this week. So David Montgomery is paired with Woody Marks-ish to be the man at age 29. And he also they got a new agreement giving him 16 months. Dude's making $8 million a year after 8 or 9 years in the league to be the starting running back for the Texans. If you're a Montgomery owner, are you excited or are you still like, dude, still almost 30? Houston's line's not great. Or are you trying to buy Montgomery if you're in a trying to push ahead team?
I mean, I'm kind of excited. I mean, they paying him for like a running back that's been in the league for so long, older, and they're paying him $8 million. I mean, wouldn't you have to feel the same way you did about Joe Mixon when he was coming into Houston? I mean, everybody was excited about Joe Mixon. I mean, and he performed.
He was great that year.
So I mean, David Montgomery's been a good running back. I mean, he hasn't proven otherwise. I mean, he just got bested by a better running back. But I'd be excited. I mean, if I was a win now team and I needed a running back, I'd probably. I mean, if I'm just going all in, though, if I was like the 112 or the 111, it'd be, hey man, let me get David Montgomery off of you. I mean, I'd rather have David Montgomery for 2 years than some bottom, third or fourth rookie running back.
Do you realize David Montgomery has only had 2 seasons over 1,000 yards rushing, and they were 1,015 in the 23 and 1,070 in 20.
Yeah, I'm not saying
every other one has been, but he had those touchdowns have been his thing the last couple of years. So I was more excited for Mixon. I think it's good signing for Montgomery. Do I think it's great for Houston? Not sure. I would have rather them signed Algier was who I was hoping would go there because he to me has that feeling of like that second career push, and we'll get him in a bit. But do you think he's going to be their horse, or are they going to compliment him a lot with Woody Marks and maybe draft somebody because he's 28 years old?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be like the 300 carry, workhorse like that. But I mean, he's an
200 in his number.
He catch the ball out of the backfield. I mean, and he's a good blocker. I mean, so if he's going to be on the field all the time, Woody Marks is okay.
Yeah, so I think it helps CJ Stroud, to be honest, because he's such a good blocker. I think that's a huge thing. I think that's why they looked at him. Is his blocking ability he's top notch at that. And then if you can get, I mean, you're looking in Chicago, he averaged about 240-ish, a little bit less, a little more than 240 the first 2 years. Then we'll say give him 200 carries a year, 30 catches, and then let Woody Marks take some, and then there'll be another running back. But I think they're going to pass a little more, to be honest, and because you'll have protection, which he didn't have. Rookie running back Woody Marks was not blocking for you 2 years ago. You have Mixon who was blocking better, and Mixon, but yeah. So I think I like the sighting. I don't know how much I would pay. I think he's going to be too expensive right now for me to invest in him. But we'll see how it pans out. If I'm a Monty owner, I'm like, yes, sweet, because you thought he was dead, more or less. He was a poor man's Vulture, and last year wasn't great. But the other guy who we like a lot, Michael Pittman Jr., goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers with no quarterback for a, let's see, him and a 7th-round pick went, and the Colts got a 6th-round pick. So they moved up. They basically dumped Michael Pittman, and they moved up, it looks like 16 spots in the draft this year, in the dumpster fire part of the draft. And then Pittman signed a 3-year, $59 million extension. So Michael Pittman Jr. went from where he was one-ish to be DK Metcalf's running mate with JJ Wang as the quarterback. I mean, currently is the quarterback Will Howard or Mason Rudolph or one of those.
Eventually comes back, right?
I think with everything that's went on, Aaron Rodgers comes back, or they do something stupid like trade for Anthony Richardson, which that's still on the table.
I mean, I still feel like they've probably talked to Aaron Rodgers, and they already know what the plan is. That's just me. I mean, I would think they've already have got an affirmation from Aaron Rodgers saying, "Hey, I'm going to be back. I just don't want to do none of this early season stuff." I mean, 43.
I mean, they could still sign him, and I don't know. You know my thoughts on Aaron Rodgers. We won't go there, but yeah, I mean, I think at this point with what's left. I mean, quarterback free agency is. What are we looking at? Let's see, positions quarterback. It's not pretty. I mean, Russell Wilson. My thing is not working anymore.
But I mean, like I said, I'm a Michael Pittman fan, so
yeah. So we both are, but he's been disappointing. We like the talent, but the production last year was
the first half of when the Colts were rolling. I mean, he was a top guy. I mean, you was happy to have him on your team, but then the wheels fell off and everything went downhill. Then
let's use that to jump into our free agency. So Pittman was doing good the first half, and then you had Danny Dimes get hurt. Danny Dimes move on. My computer's not being nice. Sorry, guys. So Daniel Jones was franchise tagged. He just signed, coming off an Achilles. Far be it, everybody. 2 years, $88 million. Now, we're going to give just the random numbers. We're not going to go into the guaranteed or the fluffy make-believe NFL money today for our numbers. And that's what you'll see when we get to the stupidest contract given out. But 2 years, $88 million for Daniel Jones. Yeah, if you're a Colts fan, are you thinking, oh, this is Giants 2.0? Or are you thinking, okay, he looks good, maybe the Giants just sucked? How are you feeling? And now he doesn't have Pittman to throw to. I'll throw him in here. Let's I was going to do it by position, but let's throw in Alec Pierce. He's throwing to Alec Pierce, 4 years, $118 million for a wide receiver 3 and a guy they like. Dude's not going to – he had his career year last year. So you now have invested your money in Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce.
Sounds crazy, huh?
To me, Alec Pierce is the worst signing of free agency. I like Alec Pierce, but 4 years, $114 million. Where do you fall with? What are the Colts? I mean, is it the devil you know versus the devil you don't know?
I mean, I guess. I mean, like I said, maybe they know something about Daniel Jones' recovery that we don't. I mean, they would have to. Obviously, they know more than I do. But I mean, I'd be scared with Daniel. I'm not a Daniel Jones fan, so I would probably lean more to the negative side. I think it's a scary situation. I mean, he was okay, but then he fell apart, and then it's a scary.
He got hurt. So, but it's Daniel Jones. But then again, he learned from Kevin O'Connell for half a season. That's the whole, like you're talking up, like. But I guess I don't understand, because paying him quarterback franchise, pay that this year. Next year, if he sucks, you get rid of him. But he's mad. If he doesn't suck, you're going to pay him more. So it's that Joe Flacco problem that the Ravens had years ago when they paid him the highest NFL contract at that point. So there was no one else to sign. Let's be honest. They weren't in on some of the other signings.
Yeah,
and I think is that where we?
That's probably the best assessment of it. There's really not a whole lot else to sign. Like you said, they already know him, so might as well just give him another opportunity to see if he recovers. It's only $88 million, right? I mean, there'll be
Let's talk about just throwing money away. The Miami Dolphins
Yeah.
cut Tua. So they're eating. And what they did, one thing they did do is they gave him his roster bonus. They kept him through like March 2nd or whatever the date was, to give him his roster bonus, making the cap hit $10 million less this year. But he's so bad, they didn't want him to play for their team. I didn't even write him on our show notes. I forgot about it. But then immediately he signed with the Falcons for $1.3 million because he's already making $50 million to play for the Dolphins this year. And the Falcons are having him compete with Michael Penix coming off his third ACL. And initially I'm looking at it, Tua comes in. It's what I think every team should do. Penix, left-handed quarterback, mobility mid. So the backup is like the quarterback. You're not reinventing the wheel, and it's helping them there. But now it's an open competition. Is Tua the starting quarterback for the Falcons this year?
Could be. It's not like Michael Penix was a ace last year. But I think if Penix is healthy, he would have the lead going into it. If he's healthy, but like I said, I feel like it would be an open competition in camp. I mean, in Tua,
You would. I mean, I think Tua takes the job. Like,
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'm not.
I think it's Tua's job. That's what's. I'm a Penix owner, and I'm like, crap, because one guy was trying to get Penix off me, and then he zagged. Crazy wild trade. They told me to mention it. They wanted me to throw this out on the podcast within this, and we'll talk about it with the next guy. But yeah, I think it's Tua's job. 100% think that it is Tua's job because he's better than Penix. I've watched Tua play. I think half of his problem was McDaniels, like forgetting how to play NFL football or coach NFL football. Then Tua's confidence got boosted. So Tua's not Peyton Manning, but I don't think Tua is totally Pua.
So you think that McDaniels forgot how to coach rather than maybe Tua just isn't that good? Maybe McDaniels.
Well, if they're running his plays, I was watching a lot of the play calling. Coaches, you look at the great coaches. We're looking at basically every coach in the NFC West, right? As your boy up in San Francisco, our boy down in the Rams, their teams aren't the same thing every year. They adapt their play calling. McDaniels tried the same thing every year. He didn't change, even when his personnel weren't there. And then by year 3, all he's doing are like little 5-yard curls or slants right there. Like it's nothing out. Everybody's like, I know what you're doing, moron. And then Tua just got crushed so much. And I think this year for teams, he's a serviceable low end QB2. On Superflex, I would take him. If you bank up higher in like other skill positions, but to have him where he's going to have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, the pressure's not on him because Bijan's where the pressure is. Let's be honest here. But it's him versus Penix, and Penix hasn't shown anything. I love Penix coming in, but maybe this is the fire under Penix's butt. Tua does this. If you can get Tua in Dynasty, the guy I was trading with, the price just went through the roof for some reason. But if you can get Tua in Dynasty, I think he's a great hold because he could be a start. He'll play well this year for the Falcons and land some job, and you've got a QB2 or a QB3 bye week fill-in on your roster. So it's about roster construction.
I mean, I can see a world. I mean, you did well. I mean, you laid it out pretty well. I mean, I can see a world where he's a starter and he performs efficiently. But I mean, I also see a world where the same thing happened in Miami last year.
It's been a catastrophe.
Which way do you lean? I mean, that's just how it goes. But yeah, I do think he's better than Penix. I'll give him that.
So Kyler Murray cut from the Arizona Cardinals. That leads to the trade from my league, the Regulators Dino League, which is a league I joined through the guys that listen to the podcast. So Jared listened to the podcast, and I joined their league out in Indiana. And trades have been galore. It's been fun. So we're trading and trying to get some Kyler. I was throwing out some things. I wasn't willing to put too much or too little. I was trying, and this came down. So Kyler Murray is now a Minnesota Viking, as to nobody's surprise. It's funny that the sites are like, "Hey, Kyler Murray Viking." Yes, no kidding. Didn't we say this 2 weeks ago? It's not a surprise. Kyler Murray's cut. JJ McCarthy sucks. So let's be honest. They're not going to do anything with him. This is a trade that went down in a dynasty league. You got to process it real quick. The one team got the 1.1 this year. So Jeremiah Love, a 2.8 this year, and a second rounder next year. He wanted Jeremiah Love. That's where this hinges. The other team got Kyler Murray, the 1.9 this year, the 1.12 this year, and my first rounder last year, which should be like 10 to 12. So Jeremiah Love and some second rounders for 2 late first rounders this year, a late first rounder next year, and a top 12 quarterback.
I think he cashed in on the 1-1. I mean, I think that was a good deal.
Oh, so you're opposite. Okay.
I think that was kind of a good deal because I mean,
he cashed it. So you're with Kyler's side, the Kyler side, right?
We're getting all that for the. I mean, if you like Jeremiah Love, fine. I mean, I think it's a good trade. I mean, if you want the one, you got to swing big, right?
Mhm.
I mean, maybe he's a running back away and he's trying to win the championship and he's got good quarterbacks. So I mean. Oh, maybe not. I mean, I have
Shedeur Sanders is his QB too.
Well, maybe he just wants Jeremiah Love.
He loves. He's a shorter truther. If you get Choop on here, he will tell you that Shedeur is his guy.
Well, I mean, his team is built his way. So I mean, if you like I said, if you wanted, you swing big. It's fantasy. This is why you play fantasy to do stuff like this. And
C.J. Stroud, Shedeur Sanders, and Justin Fields, and Will Levis. So it's. I always want to have 3 quarterbacks. Like I would have rolled. Kyler's the best quarterback in that roster, but yeah, he's rolling with the model I used on my team in there. The model I used was I traded away a bunch of guys, and I had the 1.1, the 1.2, the 1.6. I got Bijan Gibbs, and that's why my team's crushing it right now. He's like, so it's a model that's there, like flowing that where it's coming through. So look, Choop. I told him we talk about it. So Choop, he's with you, but he likes the other side better. Is where we sort of fall as well. So you go for your guys, you have fun with it as you're going. Like right now I'm debating if I am going to what I'm willing to give up for my new favorite player, quarterback extraordinaire, amazing, 3 years, $67.5 million out of Liberty University via Auburn, Malik Willis, starting QB1 for the 3 people that are under contract for the Miami Dolphins. Duh. We knew Malik was going to be there at Arizona. More or less. Arizona has said that Briskett's going to be their quarterback. I love that. It's so delicious. I love brisket. Briskett's going to be their quarterback, and then the backup is going to be crud. They just signed Minshew as their backup.
I did see that.
They signed him on a low term, but Minshew's coming off. Didn't he tear his ACL? He might not be
about him, honestly. I had no idea.
But yeah, I've been watching Malik stuff. So us Dolphins fans, we're like, okay, cool. It's a guy that can run. What you got to do. So Malik Willis to Miami. Do you have any – I know your feelings on my terrible Dolphins. Where do you put Malik Willis? It's a friendly contract. We're paying $90 million for quarterbacks the next 2 years, and one of them doesn't play for us. Malik's making roughly 20-ish a year, and the third year is a buyout. So it's basically 2 years to get through the 2MS, and then you can be like, hey, he's good. We could extend. Or, hey, you're toast. Like next year's fully guaranteed. This year's making $8 million after bonuses, so that's all the cap. And then the third year we could cut him and get a quarterback in the draft or sign someone. Running quarterback looked great in 6 starts, but he learned quarterback the old school way from training in the NFL. He wasn't ready when he came in. Liberty didn't train him, though he's not an SEC school. So where do you fall in the league? Bust my bubble.
I'd probably be a little scared here. I mean, what I want him on my team is maybe a lottery ticket where, I mean, I'll have him as, not a starter and just hey, let's see what happens. I'd be willing for something like that. Maybe you can hit big, but I mean, it's about as far as I would go with it. I'm not really too excited, man.
How did you feel about Justin Fields last year?
Well, that's different. I was a bigger Justin Fields fan.
But Malik Willis is Justin Fields, who has shown he can throw better than Justin Fields never showed in the NFL. He was great in Ohio State. He was a great passer. NFL, he ran his brains out, and that's the comp. So two bad teams.
He could clearly probably do what Justin Fields did, but I mean, he kind of left.
I could do what Justin Fields did last year.
Maybe, but I mean, that might have left a bad taste in my mouth as far as that goes. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's changing as I'm getting older. I kind of want something more reliable these days. I just need the guy that I know is going to be there in that mid QB2 range that I can trust. The wild card days might be over for me, man.
Oh man, his range of outcomes is wide.
No, it is.
If he could easily be QB8
Yeah, it's
or QB
possible.
34, and that's. But then again, anybody outside the top six could be QB 8 or QB 34, if you look at the things. But the legs are what gets me a little bit excited because I've watched 20 years of Dolphins football and we've had a lot of statues, and getting somebody, if your line's not going to be good and you're willing to run. So I am cautiously excited.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I like the guy. I want him to succeed. I mean, I liked him coming out of college. I mean,
He's good people too.
yeah. I mean, well, I like him, but I'm just if I'm just like sitting on the fence here, like which way do I see this falling? I think I'm leaning more to like this is going to be like a crash and burn.
Oh, I'm at. If any, if
But I
I
don't
don't
want
think
to
it
see that.
crashes, I could see mediocrity.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to see that. I mean, I am rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in. But
Yeah.
but I'm not giving up the 1.1 for him.
I mean, sure. I mean, if he was on my team, yeah, I'd probably be all into it. Yeah, I'd be excited.
Because I watched a cool video. Rich Eisen posted a video when he was at the combine. He was like rolling in his suitcase, and there was like a homeless guy in the corner, and he just like stops, and he didn't know what he was doing. Stops, open up, takes out a bunch of his bag, set of clothes, and gives it to the homeless guy.
What if,
Locks the bag.
what,
Some guy on the video is like, I don't know who this is, but
what
this
if
is
that
some
was
dude going to the combine.
what if that was a PR stunt? I mean, that could be easily manipulated these days.
But no, this was 6 years ago before it got really
I
big.
mean,
So.
that's yeah. I remember all that. I mean, yeah, I probably believe it went down that way, but would it put you can put it past me that maybe something like that did happen. I mean, it's possible, but I like Malik Willis, so I hope he succeeds. But I think it's going to be rough for the Dolphins.
If you're watching us on video, there's a little glitch in the video right there. That's because I had to leave. I had to walk outside, say hello to JJ Wang's sister, and get my championship trophy straight out of the Trust the Process league that we have. So we will pause. We will set it up here for this week so that everybody can see what true champions look like. I haven't won it in like 8 years. So there we go. It's on echoey. But yep, it's up in the back. If you want to see what champions look like, you got it. But yeah, so it's fun. Like if you have leagues, thanks for creating this a bunch of years ago. I've never had it. I won the first year, and you made it the next year, so my name's on it.
Yeah.
So it's going on the mantle. You'll see it in August when you come down. But okay, so quarterbacks there, Malik Willis. You know I'm excited. But last one is everybody's favorite. Geno Smith traded to the Jets. He's excited. Why would you be excited to play in that cluster foxtrot? I don't know. Like, is Geno Smith a QB3? I mean, you put him on your team in a super flex, right? Or do you say, screw it, I'd rather start a running back?
I'd probably rather start a running back. I'm a Geno Smith hater, but but like you said, this is the NFL. You need starting quarterbacks, and I think there's a pretty good shot Geno Smith plays all year. No matter kind of really how bad he plays, I don't think unless they might draft a quarterback and maybe give him a shot. But I mean, I don't like Geno Smith.
Yeah, no, I think it's terrible. Okay, so I'm gonna pair up some guys here, running backs, and we'll see how we're doing. We might do free agency forever because coming up, guys, if you are listening to us regularly, we have the tight end show coming up at some point. But you know, JJ Wang hates tight ends. So we might pair it up with something later. We'll do it later, but tight end futures, we're gonna do it. But 2 big running back signings, man. I'm excited. We love running backs in fantasy. Kenneth Walker the third. K9, apparently, as everybody calls him. I thought KW3 would be cool, but signed with the Chiefs 3 years, $45 million. No, not to be outdone. Travis Etienne Jr., 4 years, $52 million, paired up with Tyler Shough down in the Saints.
Yeah.
Which, like, this is awesome. I love both signings, both dudes. Etienne might take a moment depending upon what they do with Kamara, but this is awesome, right? Like, are these guys to the moon?
I mean, yeah. I mean, right now they are. I mean, the hype is real. I mean, we like the Chiefs' offense. As long as Pat Mahomes comes back on time and they're ready to go, I was going to get all the work. I mean, they need a running. I mean, they don't have a running back, so I mean, it's all his. But I think I like Etienne a little more. I think Etienne over his career has been clearly better, and I love Tyler Shough. So I mean, I don't think Kamara is going to be all that, involved. I mean, he might still. I mean, who knows what? I mean,
he's 31, I believe.
Yeah. So, but I think Etienne is. I would rather have Etienne here. Would you not?
You're ranking these guys, say for season, where do they fall in your running back rankings?
I mean, I think ETN could be like a top 12 guy.
Oh, you have him that low? Wow, I'd have him higher. Okay.
But when I'm saying like top 12, I mean like it could be anywhere from, you know, 12 to 5, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I'm saying. He's going to finish somewhere in the
So
top
somewhere
12.
between 1 and 32.
Yeah, so I mean, he's going to finish somewhere in the top 12. So I mean,
ETN, or here's a couple of names. So, and how okay, before you do that, how far behind him is Walker?
think Walker could be more like a top 15 guy. You
Yep.
know,
Currently,
I think he's going to
redraft. Go. Sorry.
I think he's going to get plenty of work. I mean, he's going to get all the opportunity. But like I said, he hasn't stayed healthy his whole career, so that's the first. You got to have that in the back of your mind. So ETN has been a relatively healthy character.
Currently, Fantasy Pros, ETN is running back 19. Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker, the third, is running back 14. Well, and here's why. I mean, I'll name some guys in front of them. You tell me who you say, well, because ETN's your high guy. Would you rather have ETN or Genty?
Oh,
Okay, so there's part of your, like, we got Genty lower than most people. Genty's 8.
yeah. I mean, Jinty's going to get a lot of work. I mean, will he be? Is it possible that he's better than he was last year? Absolutely. So I mean, I think he can still. I think he's like top 12 guy too. So I mean, I think all these guys. I don't want to say they can be interchangeable, but I think I probably still prefer Genty.
Here's a guy I'm going to overrank probably. Marion Hampton.
I like him, Marriott. I like Hampton.
I might have him high. Like, you're looking, you got the big four, and Taylor I'll have lower. So Gibbs, Robinson, McCaffrey. Then there's Cook, Achan, and I have Taylor maybe lower than them. Then you're looking, Jeremiah Love's 7 currently. Genty, Hampton, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Chase Brown. They're all right there.
I think ETN kind of belongs in that group.
Above Josh Jacobs?
You know what? Josh Jacobs has performed every year too. He's been pretty reliable over the years.
But last year he sort of
This is true.
He petered out at the end.
So I would probably put ETN over Josh Jacobs.
So right there, you got him about 13, and then Walker a couple more later. So yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was like, man, they're top 12, top 10. I'm like, oh crud, look at these top guys. Running backs back, right? I mean, if you get the top, like, looks like the top 18 here, like Kyron Williams is 17. I'd love to have him. Bucky's a question mark at 16. Brees, he's in New York, but he's still Brees. So we're still like, it looks like there's I could go about 17, 18 deep and be okay. After that, just draft wide receivers and throw in.
Sounds about right.
You or me to do it. It's pretty much where it goes. Yeah. All right, so the disappointing thing of the week two, let's look at some guys that sort of pooped on our Cheerios, peed in our Cheerios, I guess. Tyler Algier, who I was excited for, he went and signed in Arizona with like Benson, and then they restructured Connor. Then you got Dobbins. He re-signed in Denver. RJ Harvey. And then you got Rico. He signed in Pittsburgh. So you got Rico and Warren. Then you got Kenny Gainwell going down to Tampa to mess with everybody. Rachaad White up to Washington. I like it because to me it shows that Bill I think Bill's still the man. And they also signed Jerome Ford, which is nothing. And then Chris Rodriguez goes and messes with the Jacksonville Jaguars, where we thought tooting to the moon. And they're all sitting there. Algier, Dobbins, Rico Dowdle, Rachaad White, Rodriguez, and Kenny Gainwell. Of that bunch, name one or two guys that you're like, dude, who's one or two guys you're excited for?
I think you might be interested. I mean, a little excited for Dowdle, right? I mean, he's been pretty good over the last few years. I mean, he's going to get run in a Pittsburgh offense. It worked last year with Washington, or not. Who is it?
Carolina.
Well, no, but Pittsburgh, the two back with Gainwell.
Oh, with Gainwell and Warren.
Yeah, Warren. So I mean, they're clearly good at they can use two backs, and I think Dowdle's a good running back. I think this might hurt Warren a little bit, so I'm kind of probably the most excited, probably about him. I mean, it's disappointing about Algier. That's a messy backfield back there.
And I wrote this week. I did my article like deep sleepers too early in the league. I wrote about Algier. Algier, I think he's cream rises, And currently we're looking at 31-year-old James Conner,
Yeah.
injured and underperforming Trey Benson. All of that signs point to Algier going way low. Like if you're doing zero RB, get Algier on your team. He's going to fall like
Yeah.
a lead
It's
balloon.
true.
Where how low is he right now? I'll pull up my rankings, but all signs point to him. You're not going to be excited in September. You get to October, running back 34 currently.
Yeah.
You get running back 34. He could be your RB2 for sure. Maybe teetering RB1 if he gets all the push because we've seen him be a great running back. But James Conner, so glad he overcame cancer. He's great or he's hurt. Like there's no in the middle. Trey Benson we love him because he went to Florida State. Let's be honest. That's it. There's no other reason we really like. Let's put it out there. But that one I have weird hope for. Dobbins pooped on my Cheerios. Rashad White I think is a compliment. Chris Rodriguez, I think that's interesting. I'm not biting on it as much, but in an from Washington in an up and coming Jacksonville offense where apparent Tootin could be there, but he was okay. Chris Rodriguez can tote the rock. That could be a sneaky one. I'm intrigued by it. And Kenny Gainwell, Bucky Irving's gotten hurt. Could Kenny Gainwell be RB1 in Tampa by November? Right for your
I feel like
run?
Kenny Gainwell and Bucky Irving are kind of like the same person, right?
Bucky can run. I think Bucky will get more. Bucky's going to lose his passes because Rashad White had the passes. That's why Bucky did more of that. But they're Bucky's not giant. Yeah, they should be. That's why that one I don't like. And an interesting one to look if you want to go super deep, Emmanuel Wilson, currently RB1 for the Seattle Seahawks. 1 point some odd million. He just signed it, I think, today, Sunday's when we record, or yesterday maybe. I just saw it pop up on my phone. I was like, oh my goodness, that's intriguing because he's played well when he's come in because everybody thought Marshawn Lloyd would be the man, and he's just hurt, and Wilson would come in, and he would play. Is he like our deep sleeper this year? That could be an intriguing one.
That could be intriguing. I think that's almost intriguing enough where he wouldn't be a deep sleeper because as the farther we go, and what if they'll probably draft a running back, you would think at some point, maybe. But if they're waiting to draft a running back, I think that might be intriguing. I am interested.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so of the quarterbacks and running backs, we're gonna make this part one. We play on the cusp here, guy, on the fly here. We had so much fun with these guys. Next week, we're gonna do wide receivers and tight ends, free agencies, and some other stuff might come in. But of the quarterbacks and running backs, we talked about another guy you might have on your mind. Who are you most excited about? And I'll do my guy. And then who are you like, well, that just sucks. I was excited for him, but now life is ruined.
I was excited about Algier. That's probably who I was most excited about. And you know what? While we were sitting
How
here
about currently, who are you most excited about?
and right now, currently, while we were sitting here talking, I think I talked myself into Travis Etienne in New Orleans. I think I'm going to be a big New Orleans fan this year.
They're your Patriots. Drake made Tyler Shuck.
I could be hopping on the train and maybe enjoying this offense because I also got shares in Chris Olave, and Olave played pretty well last year. So I think I might be kind of excited for Etienne, even though you did interest me with the Emmanuel Wilson thing. That was kind of
well, he's so cheap. Etienne you got to pay for. So it's so Etienne is your excite. Algier is your sad. I can't do Malik. That's a low hanging fruit. Everybody's going to know I'm going to love him. I'm excited for Kyler. I love Minnesota for him. I have Kyler. I've been holding on. He's been crapping him. He's been crapping the bed for the last couple of years. I'm on a poop fix today. Isn't that weird?
weird.
Maybe I should go to the bathroom. But I'm super excited for that because he's throwing to me, Justin Jefferson. I've got to rethink my rank. Like Kyler's not a stellar passer. He's not the greatest passer in the world. But him being able to run should give Jefferson, because they're going to double. They're going to see him start to run, and the cornerbacks might take a step back.
I think they could be like a real good playground offense type. Kyler Murray runs around, and Justin Jefferson is always open because he's good at that.
And Aaron Jones is back too. They restructured him lower to stay, so you got the Jones Mason in the backfield there too.
I'm interested in that. That is a good one.
Yeah, so I'm excited for Kyler because we knew it was going to happen, and probably the real My Cheerios is Dobbins. I mean, I didn't think they'd stay with RJ Harvey, so maybe the Dobbins is the good thing because it'll keep them from drafting Love or drafting somebody because they're going to go with Dobbins. He'll get hurt, and then RJ Harvey can jump up. But nobody really, because none of these guys, Algier, I've got myself excited for, so I'd probably be with you there, but I think he's going to bounce back. So and I think that if I have to add a hesitation to it, Kenneth Walker, I'm with you on the hesitation because how many times have the Chiefs you're like this running back to the Chiefs, other than Kareem Hunt? Let's be honest, Pacheco was a flyer, but Kareem Hunt's been solid for them. But you drafted what's his name the other year in the first round out of LSU, and we were all excited for him.
Yeah.
And what's his name? I lost it.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, he plays for the Saints, I think. Or he did recently, and that was we thought this is great SEC, and then but because it's Mahomes. It's that like Brady problem. Other than Corey Dillon, the running backs were the scat backs. So you had the Whites and the James Whites and whatnot. So that would be a concern, and I probably won't have other than the Kenneth Walker who's on my trophy team. I won't have any because he's going to go higher. Where if I'm going high, and it's not the premier, it's Omarion Hampton this year for me in that Los Angeles offense. So yeah, I think everybody here's our thing. Emmanuel Wilson, it's the 15th of March. Ides of March say, get some Emmanuel Wilson, guys.
Yeah.
Because he's cheap and free. I mean, would you give Emmanuel Wilson is in, I mean, they might draft a running back late because Charbonnet is missing. You got a 4th round pick in your rookie draft.
I'd probably pass
it. Are you giving it?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's ready to fall. 3rd round pick.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah, depends how high.
I mean, I gotta say, if I sit here and look at him for a little bit and think about it, I mean, sure. I mean, he's still pretty young. It's not like he's an old guy. So I mean, it's kind of like drafting him in your rookie draft. I mean, if you're excited about him, I mean, how excited are you about 3rd round rookie running backs?
Oh, that's where I got Puka though.
I'm not saying you can't get good players there. That's not what I'm saying. But you can be just as excited about Emmanuel Wilson that you could be about a 3rd round rookie. So. I'm
trying to find Emmanuel Wilson, running back 68 currently. After him is Joe Mixon. Caleb Johnson is ranked higher than Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, that's why he's a deep sleeper, right?
It's a 1-year, $2.1 million deal. I mean, dude is 26, so he's in the 2nd tier of things. So give us some wisdom. Let's get out of here, and we'll talk receivers and tight ends next week, everybody.
Words of wisdom. I want to talk about the other football. So I've been watching some soccer videos lately, and they're going to start a pyramid like a league like they do in England, where they do relegation and promotion. Of course, the MLS isn't involved. I mean, that's on a whole nother level. But the USL is going to be doing it. So there's going to be like a lot of like local soccer teams. Like there's a couple in like Loudoun County and Leesburg and stuff like that.
All those teams, yeah, I know who they are. Yeah, I have a buddy that goes to all those.
They would be a part of this kind of part of this pyramid, so it's possible that they were being able to be like a professional soccer team. Do you think that's going to work in the USA, or are we just kind of?
I think soccer people wanted to.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I like it,
but I'm not
a soccer guy.
No, I don't like soccer. I appreciate the athleticism amazingly. I think it's awesome, but it's like us trying to force football to Europe. One soccer game, you bring the 2 Premier League best teams to DC, it's going to sell out.
Oh yeah, sure.
You take 2 teams to England a couple times a year. I think the more we send over there, the lower it's going to go. Sure. It's like you have that favorite food, and you eat it every day, you get sick of it. But if you have it every now and then, you're like, this isn't the great. You're like, this is amazing, but then it becomes normal.
And I also realized, looking at the map, I realized how small England was compared to the United States.
Yeah. Texas is like.
I guess I've never really thought about it that way, but it's amazing how big the United States is compared to these other countries. But as always, trust yourself and trust the process.